The Whitsundays are like a 200 square mile secret, tucked away between Australia's Great Barrier Reef and the tropical hillsides of the central Queensland coast. Sharing the same latitude as Rio de Janeiro and Tahiti, the region enjoys a perfect year-round climate. The heart of the Whitsundays is the coastal town of Airlie Beach. Once a tiny community of cane farmers and timber getters, today it's the gateway to the islands and the perfect place to decompress from the pressures of the everyday world. Hang by the lagoon with fellow travellers and regain your balance under the palm trees. Wiggle your toes in the sand, and when it's time to escape deeper into the Whitsundays, head to Airlie's Able Point Marina, where your tour operators are waiting to spirit you away to the islands at Outer Reef. Or just across town at Airlie's Maritime Terminal, make a speedy getaway on one of the regular inter-island catamarans. Another jumping-off point for your Whitsunday vanishing act is the nearby town of Shute Harbour. When Captain Cook cruised up the Whitsunday Passage in 1770, he marvelled at the region's protected waters and beauty. Today, Shute Harbour is a popular place for landlubbers to rent a yacht and chart a course on their own island-hopping adventures. Of the Whitsundays' 74 islands, only a handful are inhabited, and it's on these that you'll find some of Australia's best island resorts. Just a 30-minute ferry ride from Airlie Beach is Daydream Island, an island paradise that's been welcoming travellers for over half a century. For a small island, Daydream sure packs in a lot of beauty. Cool off on a catamaran or paddleboard. Orbit on Daydream. The resident sea life enjoy a good massage too. And if you'd like to find Nemo, the island's biologists are waiting to introduce you to the 200 species of fish and coral which thrive in the resort's lagoons. A further 30 minutes out from Daydream is Australia's premier resort destination, Hamilton Island. Cruise in by Fast Cat, tie up your boat at the marina, or fly in direct from many of Australia's capital cities. This is an island where you're spoiled for choice, and where every choice is pure class. Spend your day paddling in the perfect sea, or just paddle up to the sunken bar for another cocktail. Get to know some of the region's wildlife, from the cuddly to the not-so-cuddly. Hamilton Island offers 6 resorts, with accommodation styles ranging from the luxury to the heavenly. And when you're in the need for a little sustenance, there's over a dozen restaurants and cafes to choose from. Take a day trip out to nearby beauty spots like Whitehaven Beach, consistently voted one of the world's great beaches. The sands here are over 90% silica, which means they stay comfy underfoot no matter how hot the day. Ah, perfect. However you choose to spend your days on Hamilton, there's no better way to end them than on One Tree Hill. Enjoy the sunset and the 360-degree views, and toast your good fortune for having made the perfect Whitsunday.
If the Whitsundays isn't on your bucket list, then it needs to be. It's one of my favourite places in the world, and I've been lucky enough to see many places. There are 2 ways to fly into the Whitsundays. One is the airport at Airlie Beach, or the one on Hamilton Island. So let's explore the Whitsundays. Hamilton Island is a little bit more expensive to stay, but lots of fun. There's heaps to see and do. A great way of exploring the island is to hire a golf buggy. We hike up to the lookout. The other option is to stay at Airlie Beach, which has lots of beautiful luxury accommodation, or if you are on a budget, there is lots of cheaper options for you too. Whitehaven Beach. Explore Group is a fantastic company to go with to see Whitehaven. Whitehaven has been voted the best beach in the world, and I completely agree with that, as it's one of the most stunning beaches I've ever seen. Another stunning part of Whitehaven Beach is right down the end, called Hill Inlet. Especially at low tide, when the sand swirls are visible through the aqua blue water. It's just a really picturesque scene. Another must-do adventure when you are in the Whitsundays is snorkeling the Great Barrier Reef, and a fun company to do that with is Red Cat Adventures on their Thundercat boat with open windows. You will get a little bit wet on the trip as it's quite bumpy, but they do put you in wetsuits to begin with, so don't worry too much. And once you get to the reef and start snorkeling, it is all worth it. Once you are under the water, it feels like you're in a different world, and you'll be blown away by the colours of the beautiful fish and the reef and the coral. Has beautiful views over the Whitsundays. You can't come to the Whitsundays and not do a scenic flight over the Great Barrier Reef. I mean, come on, it's one of the most beautiful things to see from the air. I did my flight with GSL Whitsundays, which is based in the main street of Airlie Beach, and they transported us to the airport where the scenic flight began. We flew past Whitehaven Beach, which is an awesome sight to see from the air. The aqua blue water against the pure white sand looks stunning. Then we flew over the outer stretches of the reef, which is spectacular to see. The aqua blue water against the contrasting brown reef really is a wonder. We flew past Heart Reef twice, a love heart-shaped coral reef that is very famous in the Whitsundays.